Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. This studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Can't thank them enough for supporting the show. And we welcome back Jesper, the Danish love bucket.
What the heck?
Do you ever try to think on your feet and you're like, what am I going to call him that's funny?
You should never do that again.
The love bucket. Welcome back, Jesper. Thank you so much.
You could have used world traveler.
I know. Why did I say love bucket? Oh, sweet Jesus.
Well, thank you.
Yes. We'll talk to Jesper in a minute. Just real quick, I'd love for you to share the show into your local Facebook group. If you can subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. Of course, you can just subscribe on Twitch. I have a beard hair in my mouth. There we go. Any place you want to find the Gig Economy Podcast, you can find it. Go to gigeconomyshow.com. Everything that we talk about, the links are all in the description. Of course, we have a TikTok. We have a Facebook group. Join that to just talk, shit about the gig economy. We'd love to have you. I want to thank our Patreon members, Keith, Larry, Samson, Steve, Chris, James, Bud, and Tom. We appreciate you guys so much. Also, the Telegram group, we gained 2 and lost 2 in the last couple of weeks, so we maintained. And if you want to join that, hey, is that like a weight loss thing? I maintained. I didn't lose, but I didn't gain, so that's a win. Yeah, check out that group. We'd love to have you to talk gig work or life in general.
Sign up for our newsletter.
Yep, that's actually not on my list, but that's something that I should add. Sign up for our newsletter. And again, I think that link is in the description.
And it's on the website if not. So.
Yeah, for sure. I need to add that though.
Then you get notified when we go live.
For sure.
Approximately an hour before we go live, we send out a newsletter just to kind of say.
Approximately said.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, I know. You said approximately an hour. I think it was 10 minutes tonight.
No, it was not. It was close to an hour. I think. Anyways, so then I get a little bit, and there's always a mistake in it too. Tonight, it was not episode 107, it's episode 108. But hey, we only human, so
who's counting? No one's counting.
Except when we get to 100 episodes, then we celebrate. So now it's gonna be 200 episodes, right?
Yeah. Did we even? We did celebrate 100. That's right.
Yeah, we gave away money and stuff.
I'm an idiot.
Yes, you are.
So yeah, check out the newsletter. I was just writing myself a note to add that. Thank you, Jesper. Of course, Rideshare Rodeo. Steve's in the chat tonight. Check out his show. He podcasts 17 times a day, and YouTube's 18 times a day. So I don't know when he poops and eats, but guy's got incredible.
And be family dad and stuff.
I thought you were going to say and be love bucket.
I have no comments.
Hashtag love bucket.
I'm gonna add that to myself now. Hashtag love bucket.
You should.
Yeah,
check
my Peloton profile.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
So you can check out Steve's show at ridesharerodeo.com or uberlyftdrivers.com or anywhere you download podcasts. Of course, this week Friday I will be on the radio show with Tom from Houston and Steve from Colorado.
So I thought that was me. I mean, I know I did it last time, but I thought that was just you and I swapped.
All right, that's fine. I'm not going to say no. Maybe we'll both come on.
We could do that, but we need to get back on normal schedule.
Yeah, we do.
So anyways,
we do.
But we can both be on. But either way, it's a good time to talk to, what's the name again?
The name of the show?
No, the guys.
Steve and Tom. I wish Bill would come back.
Yeah, where is Bill?
He apparently picked up a regular job. I don't know why. And so he's been doing some training. He's working for a school system, I guess.
Yeah, I like talking about he was all into trains. I love him.
He loves trains. He's still doing his train podcast. But you can check everything out at tncradio.live. That's tncradio.live.
We can't both be on Steve because it's going to be way too boring to listen to us.
Well, if Steve will shut the hell up for 10 seconds, maybe we can talk.
Hello. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, my gosh. All right. Moving on, I just want to talk about Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV before we get into our stories. 532-6600, or you can schedule online, irvines.com. I drove by the other day. The construction is looking great. They're almost more than doubling their space. So it's going to be super cool to see that.
That's awesome.
So if you ever need your car repair, an oil change, any kind of fluid work, anything like that, any diagnostics, go to irvines.com. and schedule that, or call them 532-6600. You can talk to Jamie or Megan or Bruce. And of course, when you call them and say, hey, I was recommended, and they'll say, by who? And you say the Gig Economy Podcast.
Right. Absolutely.
I felt like you were going to say something, then you stopped.
No, I stopped myself. So
anyways, Jesper, any stories from the road?
Well, no stories from the road, but I had this little trip that I had to go on. I calculated out I traveled about 13,000 miles in 7 days, which was kind of rough. Found out the hard way that we do not like a lot of layovers, my family. But that's
I
okay.
bet not.
But next time we go, we have no layovers, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, wow.
We drive to Chicago, and then it's a direct flight from Chicago to Copenhagen, so that's going to be nice.
How long of a flight that is?
It's still only 9 hours.
From Chicago to... Really?
Yep. Chicago to Copenhagen, 9 hours.
Here's a dumb question. Here's for, we don't talk about math or geography. So... which way around the world do they go? Do they go?
They fly east.
They fly east?
Well, yeah, they fly over. Yeah. So
okay.
You fly over, Boston or the East Coast.
Okay.
Then, yes, over. I forget what that body of water is in the middle, but yes, they fly east and then over.
Well, it's Atlantic Ocean.
Over Britain and then So yeah.
Oh, okay. In my head, I was thinking they were either going to go south or north, but I'm an idiot. So
why would they go south?
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, we're gonna fly over the South Pole. That sounds like a good idea.
John says we all want to know what it felt like having Knob Creek delivered to you at a J.C. Penney's.
So it was not Knob Creek, but
yeah, it was.
No, they did not. It was not Knob. It was. He did not deliver a bottle.
What was it?
He delivered a bottle of well, what is it? It's the local
Traverse City.
Traverse City, yeah.
Oh, so that's funny. I put that in as a substitute, but it didn't say he substituted.
Okay, yeah, no. So it was a Traverse City, which is still fine. I love that. So, but yeah, so that was the one he delivered. So it was actually it was fun. It was fun, and I thought it was my hats off to the guy. He went above and beyond, and I must admit I may have tipped him a little bit as well.
You did?
Yeah, I tipped.
You know how much I tipped him, right?
I heard afterwards, but I tipped him a 5 as well.
Okay.
So nothing too crazy, but he went above and beyond. So it just was
made
cool.
like $100 on that bottle. I think I just felt so bad. I'm like. And you all heard the story, but when I called Jesper, I'm like, Jesper, you never leave the house, and both you and your wife are gone. Like, how is this even possible? So,
well, we had to go shop for the suits.
Totally, I totally get it, but it's just in my head. I'm like, oh, he'll be home on Saturday. It'll be fine. Like, oh man,
it's fine. Again, I was impressed that he took the trip. And I don't know if you shared this part of the story, but you put the wrong address in first, right?
Oh, yeah.
So first you went here, and then he went to my house, and then he went back here to JCPenney.
Yeah, so I ended up, I actually forgot about the story when we were recording with Steve and John. And then at the end, it just hit me. So the story doesn't even happen until the end of the podcast.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's right. I have a story. So... it was fun. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
And I hope he listened to the show. I told him, I actually promoted us. I was like, hey, I'm a gig worker too. You should check out the Gig Economy Podcast. I'm a co-host on there. So
again, just super impressed. As far as airline, obviously that's the same. You still have to wear that mask all the way. We flew Delta over there, which was fine. We flew Air France back, which was way better.
Yeah. I mean, a lot fancier.
Just better. It's better quality food. It's just better seats. It's just better.
Oh.
So, but that was fine. And then when we fly this summer, we're going to fly with the SAS, so Scandinavian Airlines. So hopefully that'll be fine. So
and that flies out of Chicago?
Yes.
Interesting.
So they do. And then, and just before we left off, we also got a delivery of cupcakes and cookies, and thank you so much, guys. It's just amazing to be a part of this community that just kind of support you in that way when something like this happens. So I cannot thank you guys enough. That was really special. My family obviously loved it as well, and so yeah, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I mean, nothing helps your sadness like cupcakes or cookies.
I know, right?
I'm like,
sugar on whiskey.
I mean, I exclusively, when I'm trying to care for somebody, I exclusively send cookies by design because, like, who sends flowers? Like, okay, I love flowers. I grow my own. I plant them outside. But if I'm sad and bummed out, I want cookies, not cupcakes. So just for everyone listening, if I'm sad or bummed out, send me that. And it'll make me feel better. Well, we're glad that you're back. We're glad everyone's safe and home and back into the swing of things again. It was tough having you gone. Actually, my other friend was gone out of the country too at the same time. So both my best friends were literally out of the country on the other side of the world. So
we had to get away from you. Can't find the button?
No, I hit it, but it didn't play. There we go. Anyways. All right. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some dash cam video that got released of a murdered Pennsylvania Uber driver. A driver got robbed, a bunch of stuff. So we're going to jump right into it. And this just kind of shows some dash cam footage of this driver that it happened in February. So we'll kind of look at it, and it's very short, and then we'll kind of talk about it.
There's new video serving as evidence in the murder of a Pennsylvania Uber driver, and we want to warn you, this may be hard to watch. Allegheny County police say the man in the back is the suspect, Calvin Crew. You see Crew get in the back of Christy Spacuzza's Uber. This was back in February, the video released by the court yesterday. Less than 20 minutes into the ride, police say Crew pulled out a gun and pressed it to the back of Spacuzza's head as she pleaded with him.
Come on, man. I got a family. What are you doing?
I got a family too. Now drive.
What are you doing?
Drive.
Please stop.
Drive the car, miss.
I have 4 kids. What are you doing?
Drive the car.
Detectives say Crew made Spacuzza drive for an hour while going through her banking apps before killing her. The trial for Calvin Crew got underway yesterday.
We have an...
Oh.
Hang on a second. There we go. So that's sad. Interesting that she had a dash cam. He turned it off. Mm-hmm. So the ride actually was an hour longer after that. And it's like, why did you even kill her? Like, you could have... I don't even understand the motive. I watched some follow-up videos, but it's good that she had a dash cam at least that point. That probably really caught him because of that dash cam. But man, it's tough. Like Larry says, good point. That could be any of us. Yeah, she just randomly, just picking up people. And I don't know. We're going to talk about a little bit later an article about what's the type? More than 50 gig workers have been killed while working in the U.S.
The danger of working gig, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you hate to say the odds, it doesn't seem that bad, 50 out of how many drivers, but it's just, most of them are just random. It's not even like, that's the scary part. Like Larry said, it could be any one of us. It's not like premeditated. That's the weird part.
Well, and one thing I was thinking about, and again, we'll talk about it later, but one thing I was thinking about earlier was like driving in Grand Rapids, it was never something that crossed my mind.
Really?
No, never.
Safety never crossed your mind?
Well, it did, but I never felt unsafe.
Oh, that's fair.
I never felt unsafe.
Yeah. I can say a few. I was like, I don't know. They're quiet. They're sitting right behind me. No one's talking. That's a little
There was one I was uncomfortable with, but that was just because every other word was MF. Right?
Oh, well, you should be used to it with me.
But
yeah.
I need the buttons over here.
No, we're not giving you your own buttons.
I want buttons.
That's super dangerous. So, yeah, I mean, just be safe, y'all. We're going to talk even some more safety later on. But, yeah, it's just one of those things, man. You just got to be aware. But, yeah, I don't think that she could have done anything different. I mean, what do you do?
No. And the only thing different she could have done was stay home. But then she doesn't make any money, right?
Yeah, but then the question is, should she have a weapon on her or should she jump out of the car while it's moving?
Right. But in this situation, do you think she would have been able to use the weapon successfully? I mean, that's the thing, right? It's how is she able to do that?
Yeah, you gotta, in that situation, you gotta be really trained in that weapon to use it efficiently in that position, because you're basically, if you're doing it, you're drawing, and then you have to somehow turn around. I mean, even if you're right-handed, like, how do you would have to put it in your left hand and yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. So do I agree that there's instances where it would be nice to have some kind of a weapon to protect yourself? Sure. I can see that. But it's just, I don't even know if I would know how to use it in this situation.
Yeah. Larry said about the only thing she could have done was to crash the car. I never even thought about that. See, we're like armchair quarterbacks over here because we don't know. And that when you're in that tense situation, you don't think straight.
No.
So
no,
that's too bad.
But then again, it's actually not a bad idea, Larry, right? Because if she was wearing a seatbelt, he obviously was not.
Yeah.
So speed up and then brake.
I mean,
but again, who thinks about that?
But still, you're going 90 miles an hour. I mean,
right.
That you're gonna hurt yourself too.
But yes, but you won't die.
Hopefully, maybe do it at like 60. Let's take the wall at 60, not 70. But yeah, that sucks. All right, moving on. This is what is this, Jesper? I was gonna promo it, but this is yours.
Yeah, I forget. Just play it.
Oh, sorry, I was reading a text.
Yeah, just play it. This is a TikTok about driver being robbed.
Got robbed doing Uber tonight. First and last time in the Bronx.
How you doing? What's up, bro? Victoria? Yeah. Yo, this is a nice car you got here, bro. I appreciate it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, usually I don't let people sit in the front, but
I felt, but what series car is this?
It's Scat Pack, bro.
Word?
Yeah.
That's big money. I could touch this? Like this?
Yeah, bro. I mean,
yo.
do your thing.
Now this is fire. This is something I need. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like honestly, this is something I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna need you to like give me everything.
Yo, what are you talking about?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, don't pass this red light because I'm gonna need everything.
Yo, like,
you feel me?
You serious right now?
Pockets, wallet, I need that.
Yeah, bro.
I need that.
Chill.
I need that.
No,
Don't even, feel me? Make sure this ID is in here, you feel me? Because let you try to do anything like the cards, it's over.
Yo, come on, bro. You don't even got to do
You good? The ID is in
here?
Yeah,
bro.
Bet.
Yo, what the? Yo, what the hell just happened, bro? Oh, shit.
What do you think about that? I read some comments that people thought it was fake.
I was gonna say it kind of feels a little fake.
I let you watch it during the pre-show, and I wasn't gonna bring it up.
But no, but here's the thing: he wasn't showing any weapon or nothing. Yeah, he was saying, "I need that." Okay.
I mean, what would you do though? What if he's not showing a weapon? What would you do? To say no?
Get out of my car.
Okay. You're just gonna have an argument with somebody like that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that I would give him everything I had. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's the same thing, right? We can sit here and we can comment on how it's gonna go, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. It's staged just like the Will Smith Chris Rock slap.
That one we probably shouldn't get into because it felt staged at one point. But all this fallout right now.
Yeah, well, Steve has like sending me. I haven't responded to him because I'm leaning towards now it wasn't staged, but early on, it was. I was saying it's staged, and Steve said it was real, and he was fussy about it, and he was sending me texts about all these different views on the cameras and stuff. So,
well, I mean, the thing. If it wasn't for all the fallout on Will right now, I mean, he's been 10 years. He cannot get back into the.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Now
so it's like.
Now I agree, but early on it was funny. Steve got real worked up about that.
So reviews and how tos. So yeah, there is somebody sitting in the back now. Again, he starts by saying Gloria. So I'm assuming that's the girl sitting in the back. But,
yeah.
But again, she could have. Yeah, you're right. She could have put a gun in the bag. We don't know. The video can't say that. So that's true.
I doubt it. But
again, it's one of those. I would hope that I wouldn't just hand over my phone or my wallet. But I can't tell. Maybe I would. I don't know.
But yeah, I think I would, because in that same situation,
I might have just been confused because what the hell are you talking about?
Well, the guy did seem confused. He definitely did seem confused. But here's the thing too: it's kind of the same situation as the gal with a gun, or you don't want her to have a weapon because she couldn't use it. But what would you be able to do? Like, what if he said, "No, I'm serious. You're just going to keep eventually."
Let's play that one out. In that situation, had I had a gun, then I would have pulled it and say, "No, get out of my car."
Really?
Yeah. Interesting. Because he sat next to me.
True.
And I would have had I would have had and again, hopefully I would have had the gun so I could grab it with one hand.
Yeah.
And pull it back and say, "Get the fuck out of my car."
Right.
Right. But again, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's always hard to know what to do, but
it certainly is. Again, I was mostly confused because he's like talking like, "I need that." Okay, then go get a job, dude.
Anyways, Lyft is starting to offer 15-minute breaks. So it says if you need a few minutes to use the restroom or refill your tank during your ride streak, you can sign out of the Lyft driver app for up to 15 minutes once per ride streak, come back online and still earn your streak bonus. So I bring that up because there have been many conversations in the Telegram group, which you should join, by the way. The link is in the description, about Lyft screwing you over on these Lyft bonuses. And you have to be perfect. And if you screw up a little bit or don't take a ride or whatever. So I just thought it was interesting that Lyft was offering that opportunity to drivers to do that. I don't know. What do you think on that?
Again, I haven't driven Lyft in years, right? And
literally years.
Literally years. My first thought was, is there really that many streaks that they can't just take a break when the streak is over?
I mean, usually they're 3-streak rides, but it could still be an hour.
I mean, I would easily drive 4 hours without a break back when I was driving.
You didn't pee for 4 hours?
No, easy.
Oh, I mean, we all know my bladder. It's like every other ride.
Well, that's why you have bottles.
Well, exactly. I don't need the 15-minute break.
No, I remember some of those evening and nights where things were just going crazy. I was just ride to ride, and the adrenaline would keep you going. Now I wouldn't get out. It'd easily be 4 hours while stopping.
Matt says it's a good thing for drivers, and there are times 3 rides can take 90 minutes. See, clearly you must have a bladder very big. Your bladder, not the other thing.
But so okay, so I can only talk about Grand Rapids market, right? Because that's all I've driven. Of course. But has there been times where there's been 3 or 4 streaks after each other?
No. Well, yes, there has. But remember, you're only driving during the busy time when they don't have streaks.
Oh no, yeah.
These streaks are like from 2 to 3 in the afternoon, right. Where your rides aren't like coming in hot and fast, but
right.
I mean, it's just nice with that they offered that. I mean, it's just a good,
It is nice. I just don't know if I think it's necessary, but maybe
yeah, it is. It's just a thought. Yeah. Okay. What else we got? Instacart tip baiting protection.
The wonderful life of tip baiting.
I mean, it never happens.
All the time it happens. So, I was reading this article earlier, and my first comment to Jason was they should not allow them to change the tip ever.
Right.
Period. Like, why are they even doing that? I mean, I can see the reasoning for it. Oh, I accidentally put in $100. I meant to put in 10.
But what about bad service though? I mean, what if the driver just throws the groceries in the driveway and drives away and you tipped him $50? Should they be able to get that?
But then
you got to have documentation. We all have smartphones.
Right.
Like if the driver did that, as much as you can, you have to have pictures or I don't know. It just seems strange.
Okay, so let's get to the article.
Okay.
So the idea is that they are starting a new thing. So they're doing tip protection up to $10. So that Instacart will cover up to $10 if a customer eliminates their tip after delivery without reporting an order problem. So that's a big thing right there.
Yeah.
Without reporting an order problem. So the idea is to get rid of the whole tip baiting issue, right? Which, I mean, it's a good thing that they're trying to work out a method to get rid of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish there was a better way, because you're right. Now you mention it. What if there's bad service? So
Yeah.
I wish there was a better way of doing. But again, so I've used Instacart a couple of times. I've used other services and stuff. I have never changed my tip afterwards, even when there's been times where it's been lacking, right?
Interesting.
And so maybe instead of doing the change your tip, maybe have a how was your experience and have a better way for Instacart or the other services to follow up on that.
Yeah, and instead of just like a simple email of like, this happened. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit more.
Right. Maybe the shopper, the person receiving it, can take a photo of, hey, this is how it was left, or whatever it is.
Well, they do that.
Oh,
the shopper does do that.
No, not the shopper, but the person receiving.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe when it's been dropped off, willy-nilly on my porch, I can take a photo of it and say, hey, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most people will easily complain via email, but when you start asking for pictures, a lot of people aren't going to go through all that work. Because if they wanted to change their tip, they would have to knock their groceries over or whatever. Not as many people are going to do that.
Right.
I have a question for you. Do you like to pre-tip when you're ordering stuff like that, or are you a post-tipper?
I'm a pre-tipper. But
too.
That's because I know that my pre-tip is gonna affect how quickly I get my order.
It's true.
But that's only when I order food. So I'm a pre-tipper when I order food.
Excuse me.
We don't do delivery. We don't do grocery orders that often.
No.
So no. And honestly, the couple times we've done it, we have not been that impressed. Unfortunately. So
yeah, it depends on what you use. How hilarious would it be if you pre-tipped at Red Robin? So next time you go to dinner, just drop a 20 down and it'll be like, all right, there's my tip. And just there's your tip. See what she says.
Interesting. No,
I don't know.
No, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, it would just be a funny experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, this hat is from the rideshare guy.
I was gonna say that it looked like a nice hat.
Yeah, it's sweet. I love it. I got a price on this hat, and it's not that expensive. I'm just saying.
Did he make you pay for it?
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's kind of like I'm a fan. So, anyways, this is a cool hat. He's not selling them though, so unfortunately, this is one of a kind.
Steve, I didn't get a hat from you. What's up with that?
Steve doesn't even have. Steve, do you even have merch? I'm waiting for him to answer.
Beep beep beep. He left. So Lyft, Larry says he's pre-tipped before.
You have?
The servers have appreciated. So yeah.
Oh man. I mean, why? What? I wonder what the.
Well, so it's the same concept, right? So this is one thing that I haven't actually done it yet, but I probably should. So I follow this guy, and what is his name? And I forget. He lives in Manhattan. He does a ton of traveling, right?
Yeah.
So every time he gets on a plane, the first thing he does is he always have a bag of candy, usually M&Ms.
Okay.
And he hands it to his stewardess as he walks onto the plane.
Okay.
And it just sets the tone for
That's two tonight.
Yeah, I know. It sets the tone for the flight for him. And instead of people they're being like nasty or whatever, they just nice and smiling.
Yeah.
And I can see the same happening as I get into the restaurant. If I stop by giving them $20, here you go. That's your tip.
Right.
Maybe you'll get a better experience from it.
But I also think that would ruin. So I think I've waited tables before, and it was always the hunt, right? We talk about when we're doing gig work, like how much we're going to make. So you never knew how much you were going to get. So maybe if you gave her a 20, that wouldn't be enough. She'd be like, oh, I was hoping for 40 or whatever. I don't know.
But I mean, okay, if I was eating at Ruth Chris, maybe I would give more than a 20, right?
With Chris?
Ruth
Chris. Yeah, you kind of got to estimate what the bill's going to be in your head anyways.
Because otherwise, if it just feels like 5%, then you're probably just a doofus.
Yeah, and they'll give you terrible service then. I've actually heard of people, now I've never known anyone to do this, but I've read about it, that people take like $20, $1 bills, and if the service is starting to get poor, they take away the money.
But see, that's just bullshit.
I know you're just kind of manipulating people. I would never do that.
No.
Interesting.
So John says pre-chip and add more later if the service is good. That's not a good idea. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So
although I've had trouble with, I don't remember. I think it was on the show. We talked about it with Grubhub. Maybe not this last show, but the show before. I tried to go in there and tip more, and there was no opportunity. I couldn't find a way to do it once it was done. At least on Grubhub. That's typically the only one I use for delivery because the rest of them suck. Even though I do DoorDash more as a worker.
I've done Uber Eats a couple times at the studio actually when I went to the work. So
did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Not too bad actually. They did a good job.
Okay. That's good. I mean, they're not all bad, of course.
No, there's bad apples everywhere, but they're not all bad.
All right. So we're going to talk the DoorDash and Lyft should merge. And at first when I heard this, I'm like, oh, man, it's stupid. That's not a good idea. But as more as I read the article, I'm kind of on board. So I highlighted a few things on here. The CFO of DoorDash said the people that generally become Dashers are a very different audience from the types of people that other gig companies competing for. On the call, blah, 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 added that the recent survey data showed that over 90% of Dashers said they have no plans to drive for rideshare, and only 4% say they prefer to drive rideshare compared to food delivery. I thought that was interesting. Well, of course, this is coming from a survey from DoorDash, so they're going to skew it a little bit different. Uber drivers that do both delivery and rideshare earn 1 to 5% more than drivers who focus just on rideshare.
It didn't used to be that way. I can tell you.
No. Yeah, before the pandemic, I mean, Uber, it was terrible. Let's see.
I still remember that one night I got ruined.
Well, you sat at Brick and Porter. Was it Brick and Porter for an hour? No. It was Smoky Bones.
No. That was right at, well, I guess that was still during the pandemic. No, I'm talking about back when Uber Eats just came to town.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking idiot at the time. It was 1:15 in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm downtown, and up comes an order from, I forget the name of the place, but it's that kind of it's the restaurant all the drunk people would eat at after 2 o'clock. Manners. Thank you. Exactly. So up comes somebody from Manners. Somebody had ordered a burrito, right? Fucking all the way out in East Town, right?
Well, that's not too terrible.
No, but here it's 1:15 in the morning.
Oh.
Now I gotta wait 15 minutes to get the stupid burrito, and then drive all the way out to East Town.
Yeah.
And it was after 2 o'clock before it was done, and I made silts on it, right? It's like, I was like, okay, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. Menace Joint at 1:15 is probably pretty busy.
Packed. It was packed, and it was just stupid. But again, I didn't know anything, and yeah, I shouldn't have done it. So
Reviews and How-To says, I've added extra tip on DoorDash. You can just chat with the support and request it. But why should I have to chat with support? I should be able to do what I want in my own receipt.
And how many would do that? That's the biggest thing, right? People will follow the features that's given to them.
And it's the easiest,
right? Absolutely.
Less resistant. If I got to reach out to support, I'm like, yeah, I guess as a gig worker, I might do that. But I'm like, that's a pain in the ass.
Most people are going to say, no, it's not that important.
Yeah, because I'll never see this guy again.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. So he also points out there's evidence consumers are increasingly taking rides and ordering foods from the same platform. This is where it's might be good for DoorDash and Lyft to go ahead.
Yep.
He says that users relying on both services account for 46% of Uber's bookings, while 56% of Grab customers, I don't know what that is, must be a food delivery platform, use more than one of its services. And he says that consumers who use both rides and delivery spend 75% more on average than the single platform users. Which makes sense. It's like what Facebook's goal is to keep you in Facebook as much as they can. So they just keep adding services.
Facebook seriously sucks lately, though.
Lately?
I don't even know.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Well, what do you guys think in the chat? Yay or nay on the
merger?
On the merger.
I go with nay.
Nay?
I think it's gonna be bad. See, it's because it's just one less competitor in the market. So it's just no. In my mind, the big benefit for gig workers is to get as many as possible companies out there.
Yeah.
Because so now it's only one company. It's the same thing we always talk about having many buckets. what happens if you get kicked off the platform? Now you lost 2 platforms, not just 1.
Yeah, in theory, but they run almost separate anyways, though. Even though Uber Eats and Uber Rides are in the same app, I don't run both ever at the same time. Does that make sense? So I don't run Rides and Eats at the same time. So it's essentially two different apps.
What happens if your Uber driver account gets deactivated? Now you can't drive for Uber
That's
Eats
not necessarily true. I mean, what would you if you got deactivated for a mask? They're not going to deactivate your food account. Why would they do that? Because you don't have to have a mask on in the car.
But isn't it the same account?
It is. So I think they just take. I mean, I'm guessing that they just take the ride part off your platform, off your app.
Well,
I mean, you could be right too, but. I guess my point is that's why I'm not so negative about the merger, because I would run Lyft and DoorDash at different times anyways, so it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
And I almost look at maybe Lyft would bring a little bit more transparency into the gig world. Kind of tell DoorDash, hey, you guys need to be a little nicer. You need to, I don't know. Not that Lyft's been the nicest in the gig community, but I feel like they've been the least amount of assholes. Shut up, John. You don't know. Don't be doing this.
Thanks, John, for agreeing with me. I like
Damn it, John. Everyone agrees with Jesper.
I'm the best looking, of course.
That's that's true. All right, we'll talk about Middleton Technologies. So Middleton Tech developed Driver's Utility Helper, Maximo, and Flex Alert. These are automation apps for those platforms like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Uber, Lyft, all of them. And Drive Utility Helper only works with DoorDash. Maximo works with Uber Eats, Lyft, blah, blah, the rest of them. But you make more money and you drive safer. I mean, I know Gary wants me to push the drive safer, which I appreciate, but let's be frank. People want to make more money too. And I think that's a huge thing. The link is in our description. Unfortunately, is only for Android at this point. But, I mean, really, if you're a full-time gig worker, honestly, I mean, maybe even part-time, 20, 30 hours a week, you should be running 2 phones anyways. I mean...
Well, it's because you got a phone. You got an Android phone.
Yeah,
right?
I only use it for gig work. I shut it off in the summer when I'm not doing gig work. So check it out. We'd appreciate it if you click on that link, download it. Just try it out. If it's for you, great. If it's not, send the feedback to me. What don't you like about it? What you like about it? You can automate everything.
Right.
Auto accept, auto decline, set parameters as far how far you want to drive. It's incredible. So thank you, Gary, for believing in us to spread your word.
Thank you so much, Gary. Mad disrespectful.
Where is it? Damn it. Why didn't it play? What's wrong with my board tonight? I'm hitting it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. No, it's not. There we go. Jeez, what is our first podcast? Mad disrespectful. There we go. Jesper.
Yes?
You're up.
I know. Okay. So you should show it. So basically...
It's up. It's been up for 10 seconds.
Well, because you have me switch back and forth. You can now choose how you want to earn. Either earn by order, earn per order. You'll learn, you can read it, but you earn at least the amount shown up front for delivery. As always, you get 100% of your customer tips.
Yeah, okay.
Or you can earn by time, which is $14 an hour plus 100% of customer tips. I like how they state you get 100% of the tips.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, though, that you're going to earn 14 plus 100%.
Now, it says if you decline 2 orders in 1 hour, your dash will end.
Yeah.
But I guess the point there is maybe that's their way of getting all the orders nobody wants to deliver delivered.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this doesn't make sense.
But who would do this for $14 an hour? And I know you get the tip. I get it.
Allegedly, but actually, if I get the tips plus 14, I'll do it.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed tips though.
That's true.
I mean, it's just gonna make you take all the $3 an hour tips, or $3 per delivery tips.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Okay. All the $3 $6 per order deliveries. That's
Yes,
what I'm
there we
trying
go.
to say.
Yeah, no,
that was hard.
You're right. Now that I think about it, I forget that. Yeah, you'll still have to take those poverty ones.
Right.
So where would the hourly be for you that would be worth you doing
I was
that?
always aiming at $25 an hour when I was driving.
Yeah, but you're driving during peak times. Let's say you're driving for lunch crowd on a Wednesday. Would you be happy with 20? 'Cause I would.
I don't think I would.
No?
No.
You bougie bitch.
Well, it's just when I'm out driving, when I look at what is worth me not spending time with my family,
Yeah, that's fair.
and it's just 20 is too little. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it, though, like as a full-time gig worker. Like, obviously,
sure.
in your job at home, you're going to make more than $20 an hour to be away from your family. But I don't know. Yeah, I would do it for 20, but it would have to be more on the weekend. So, what?
Yeah, you only get the hourly rate on your
It
active
didn't
time.
say that, did it?
Well, but I mean, it doesn't show the fine print.
Well, that's even the worst. So you only so in between time you don't get paid. Well, that's even a double screw you. Who would do that? I mean, my gosh. Hey, thanks for reviews and how-tos for the super chat. I appreciate that. Oh, look at it. He said he just found us, y'all, and he's been binging on the podcast while on the road. Great content. Well, thank you so much. Super appreciate
There should
that.
be 100 episodes for you to binge on. So
Hundreds, yeah. We got the bonus ones, and so we're
Yep.
probably at like 150 at this point.
And if
so.
you become a Patreon, you get some of the good content first.
Yeah, and you
There
get
you go.
to see Jesper with no pants on.
Hey, no, you don't. Believe me, you don't. Nobody want to pay for that.
That's true. I would.
Can we change subject, please?
All right, we're moving into what are we doing? Oh, so I don't know a ton about this. I highlight a few things because we talked about it. The New York taxi cabs kind of making a deal with Uber.
Yep.
So this is kind of the same thing. Basically, it's a Uber Flywheel Technologies a deal with taxi in partnership. Uber stock popped 6% during Tuesday's trading session as the ride-hailing giant reportedly nearing a deal with Flywheel Technologies to add taxis to the Uber app in San Francisco. I don't understand the Flywheel Technologies. Is that just like a third party that's working with them or what? I don't know a lot about that.
I don't know either. I don't need to be honest.
I wondered if you heard about it.
Well, I mean, the idea is that at least when we read it last time, is it adds the taxi cabs to the platform, right? So
yeah.
So when you're out driving, if you're out requesting a ride, you can pick to get a cab, a yellow cab, right? Instead of just a regular Uber or Uber Black or whatever, you can get a yellow cab.
Yeah. I noticed despite opposition, San Francisco approved a pilot program last year that allows consumers to see taxi fares up front, similar to Uber and Lyft. What I don't understand in all this is when I talked about it with Steve, that the rates were going to be the same for a yellow taxi or an Uber. Like when a consumer looked at the app.
It can be, though.
No, it was. That's what he said.
Yeah, but Steve said that.
See, yeah, we talked about it.
Like Steve.
Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. Why are you laughing like that?
But he doesn't know.
I mean, he might. I mean,
Steve, no. I mean, I'm just joking, Steve. You know stuff.
What's interesting in this article says,
but it's not the same ride. It's not the same rate though. If you pick an Uber, UberX, or Uber Black, why wouldn't it be a different rate?
well, I think the Uber, the
yellow cab,
it's the same rate as an UberX. I mean, why would you pay more for an Uber? Who in their right mind as a consumer would look at that and go, I'm going to pay more for this yellow taxi? Like, taxis are gross. They don't keep their cars clean like we keep ours clean because it's our personal vehicles. Like, why would you pay more for a taxi on the Uber platform?
I think there's a conception out there. I can't spell. There's a image, if you will.
Yeah.
That cabs are better and safer, right?
Not anymore. They were early on when Uber and Lyft came around, but I don't think anymore. I don't think that people
I don't think they are, but
well, we're also in the biz too, so Uber, which has been slammed by driver shortages and soaring gas prices, has emphasized that it has more drivers in the U.S. now than any other point during the coronavirus pandemic. I question that because I'm watching like Gabe out in Ypsilanti and even a couple of people in Grand Rapids and even Matt Davis. They're making bank. Like the numbers are good. So I'm thinking the drivers aren't out there. I think they're just busier now that these guys are making bank because there's not as many drivers out there. But,
right. Well, but again, so his is a special area, right? His is not a particular big metro. I think the Gabe.
Yeah, but he can go anywhere though.
No, he can, but he's in Ypsilanti, right? Yeah. So I think the article in question is talking specifically about big metros like LA and New York and the big cities, which probably have tons of cars.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I noticed some of these guys that post their earnings, though, they never show what their promotions were. And I don't know why. Like, it's still considered earnings. You shouldn't feel bad to hide the promotions. Like, you're still getting the money. You hustled, you picked the right promotion, and you got it. But, yeah, some of these guys are, 25 hours a week making $1,000 in our market. So,
right. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I thought the stat was interesting, too. In the last 3 months of 2021, Uber passengers took 1.77 billion trips, or approximately 19 million trips per day on average. That's nuts. 19 million?
But then it would be very interesting to compare that to how many drivers because that's in the American market, right?
It didn't say. No, my guess is that was probably the entire world. But still.
It'd be nice to see then how many drivers was covering those 19 million rides.
That's crazy.
I mean, so
very crazy. All right, moving forward. More than 50 gig workers have been killed while working in the U.S. since 2017. The Verge.
Yep, that's mine.
Yep.
There's no video in that, all right?
Correct.
So basically, the whole article is that it's talking about how many, more than 50 gig workers have been killed while working in the U.S. since 2017. And basically, there's just talking about how the fact that, if you are a gig worker, it's actually pretty dangerous. So the article starts out by talking about a woman, Isabella Lewis, who was driving Lyft on a Sunday in Plano, Texas, and she was carjacked and killed by her passengers. So, and again, yeah, obviously we saw an episode earlier today where the same happened, right? And she was killed.
Yeah.
So, again, it's difficult. So to date, however, her family says. Oh, yeah. So it goes on to then talk about how Lyft quite often and all the platforms in general quite often don't really have a good way of communicating with the victims.
No.
And that's really the bigger focus of the article is, yes, it's dangerous, but then also the platforms doesn't really seem to support the family much afterwards.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess, I can think of a couple of times where things have happened, and I think maybe it's been because they have the incident has caught like,
viral.
Yeah, and lots of interest, in the media, and then the platform steps up and says, okay, we better go do something about it.
Yeah.
But obviously there has been lots of examples where it not happened, and basically, in this case, the first case here, somebody did try to call, but it was Lyft's insurer who tried to get a hold to see if they were going to have to fix it. Fix the damaged windshield and clean up her blood, as the writer writes. Not very nice.
No.
They ended up having to do a GoFundMe campaign to just cover her funeral service. So, which is not. Lyft should have stepped up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I feel like these companies hide and run. They're like, "Oh, we're a technology company. We don't really care." Which, if they should do the other thing, they should be awesome with these when shit like this happens. Because
it just feels like it would be. And I mean no disrespect right now, but it feels like it would be a cheap way of collecting goodwill.
Yeah,
because it's not. To them. To give $10,000 for a funeral service or whatever it is, that would be a drop in the bucket.
Right.
And you can't buy that kind of press.
Well, it's like I'm thinking about it now. We'd be talking about it either way. We're talking about this,
absolutely.
Or if you did that, so why not do the right thing instead of us talking about how you try to skirt the system.
Absolutely.
Or skirt the victim or whatever you want to
do the right thing for the right reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, so the report found the people. So the article is talking about a report that's been made about this. Found that 63% of the app-based workers killed in the past 5 years were people of color, even though they compose less than 40% of the U.S. workforce.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, drawing this that it's more dangerous to be a person of color working the gig work. So. The numbers in the report are consistent with the limited self-reporting from individual platforms. In the community safety report from 2021, Lyft reported 10 fatal attacks against drivers from 17 to 19, and in 19, Uber reported 19 fatal attacks over the preceding 2 years.
Yeah.
But again, and then it just goes on talking about the same thing. Basically, yes, these things happen, and very rarely does the platforms do anything to even help or do any kind of stuff to support the family member, even though that they claim they do.
Yeah, I think the same thing kind of applies for people that maybe be assaulted. You know, we're talking about deaths, but what about all the other stuff, sexual assault, that kind of stuff that they go by and don't really support the victims and stuff. It's crazy.
So the question, and one time they're mentioning in the app, they're talking about the whole thing that, again, go to the thing that always comes up is, well, we are individual contract workers. We're not, W-2 workers. We're not employees. And we don't get all this support. We don't get all, the safety net or whatever. Okay, but that's fine. We are not contract workers. But I feel like there's a difference here, right? I feel like that we're also human beings.
Yeah, like doing the right thing as a human.
Yeah, we do, and so they should too, right?
Yeah,
the platforms should do the right thing too.
Yeah,
and so it's no longer a question about whether or not we are employees or we are W-2 workers or 1099 workers.
Right.
Well, you're only a 1099. We can't. No, that's bullshit. Right?
Well, they use that as their advantage when they don't want it.
They absolutely do.
Yeah,
they absolutely. But that's the whole karma, right? It's gonna come back to you.
Yeah, because we're talking shit about you,
right?
Hey, Steve, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Love you both.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Hey, we got a little thing. We had a $5 one, $10 one. Who's gonna go above 10? Who's gonna go above 10? Going once. All right.
No, thank you so much for all your love tonight, guys. This is great. It's great to be back.
It is. Well, I didn't leave, but it's still great to be back.
You never leave.
I never leave. Here's a tip from DoorDash. Take bag. Oh, thanks for clarifying. For our listeners on audio, it's a bag of pennies. I don't see any silver in there whatsoever, and there's a piece of tape that says DoorDash chip, take bag. What, you think I'm going to open it up and take 4 pennies and then leave the rest for the next driver? I mean, there's probably like $1 in there, if that.
Not even, no.
I mean, how many pennies in $1, Jesper?
100.
Good job.
See, I could do math.
We did do a little math there. So, hey guys, we have a new sponsor, DDI Deliveries Driver Incorporated. So, basically, this company helps you with taxes and human resources and all that stuff. DDI connects businesses with independent contractor delivery drivers. Those part-time or full-time drivers work with specific companies and industries that span restaurant, delivery, courier, delivery, grocery delivery, and many, many more. So basically, you can use them as your human resources,
right? Taxes,
insurance, all that stuff. And this is the company that you go through to get on Walmart Spark. And they also have a bunch of other companies. So go ahead and click on the link. You can sign up as a driver, and then you can find if there's opportunities in your area.
Right.
I know John from California, there was no Walmart Spark, but anyone else listening in the area, you should check it out. The link is in the description.
And also, they don't necessarily, they have a lot of not so known, delivery partners there. So there's jobs there that you may not know about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so there's many ways of doing, new buckets, and this is definitely one of those ways of adding a bucket to a bucket of income to your portfolio of people you're working for.
Yeah, when we interviewed Aaron, the CEO, I found out about I'm sorry. They're like,
this is great. Thank you.
Yeah, I found out about Spark through him, and I created an account, and they basically hired me. So yeah, DDI, they're the Spark middleman. Yes, they are the Spark middleman. And I think that's their biggest client is Walmart. But
sure,
yeah, check it out. Might be worth it.
Obviously, the other benefit, as you mentioned too, is they do offer up a bunch of other services, including the tax service and that kind of stuff, and they offer up some incentive programs as well.
Yeah.
For the rideshare drivers. So basically, they just want to be there to help you with all the stuff you don't get, support as you don't have it in having a normal employee relationship. So
yeah, it's definitely something that you should check out, even if it's just to the point of becoming a Walmart driver. Right. I was looking, hold on. They have health insurance. They have pet insurance. They have a dash cam driver app, I guess, and a tax discount, a mileage tracker, vehicle maintenance. Like they have a whole bunch of stuff when you sign up to be a driver. So check them out. Oh, you guys. John. He said, stop being so stingy, Steve. Did it $10. And then Steve raised him $2. But Steve, you don't get top of the super chat unless you'd go $10.01. So I'm just saying. I'm kidding. Stop it, you two. All right. Stop it. All right, Jesper, check out this amazing tip that this customer got.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Andre. Is that Andre? Yeah, Andre.
Could be Andre.
$300. You have received a tip.
So this has been going around. Here's the letter. Late this week, after you took a trip, we accidentally showed your tip 100 times higher than it actually was. This happened because our system error has been fixed. During this time, your trip history, trip receipt, and wallet showed the correct tip amount. You also paid the correct tip amounts from your customers. The high tip shown must have been exciting, so we're sorry for any confusion this may have caused. Uber team.
Right. So I actually saw quite a few people posting.
Tons of them.
So it wasn't just a little glitch. It was pretty widely spread.
How do you screw up a decimal? Like, I don't understand.
I saw somebody posting $1,000 tip.
Yeah. Like, can you tell me as a coder how that even happens?
Well, there's many reasons why you'd miscalculate, do a programming miscalculating the tip. I mean,
it's just like someone entered a button wrong and then it's an update. When we put stuff on our website, you're like, all right, you done? Ready? Okay, post.
What it is, it's when they show the label how much it says, that number has to be calculated into a string. Okay. It has to be made into a currency string. And so whoever did that, who set up to change the currency string, made a boo-boo.
I love it how you had to laugh before you explained it, because we're like...
Well, I don't want to...
Yeah.
If your coder trying to get fired, there you go.
Right.
So anyway.
But is it as simple as like when they created that string, they put a decimal in the wrong spot?
Well, you have to tell it how to reformat the string.
Okay.
And so he made a mistake when he told it how to reformat the string.
Okay.
So it's that.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a couple crazy ones, but I would be... I mean, it's possible you could got a $300 tip, although I think Uber limits the amount you can tip. Don't they, with the certain percentage of the ride or something?
I think it's only in certain markets that they do that. I don't know.
Every app is different, so...
Yeah. What is the largest you have ever gotten in a tip? Not cash tip, obviously.
Oh... Gosh, I don't know.
On the app.
I would say probably less than $50 on the app. I've definitely got some hundreds with cash.
I think the largest I've gotten on the app is $20. But
$20?
But I've gotten 50s and 100 too once.
John, did I say Jesus Jenny? I do say that. I don't know where that's from. Do you ever have sayings you say as an adult and you're like, I don't know where I got that from, but I say it. Jesus Jenny. All right, couple more things and we're out of here. I thought this was funny. It's a text. This is your Grubhub driver, Ariana. Pizza Hut cannot honor your request to have 4 pounds of pepperoni on one personal pie. He says, "That's fine, Ariana, but let them know the name of the man who out-pizzaed the hut." I mean, it's probably fake, but it's still funny.
It's definitely fake.
Here is something real quick. I'm just going to jump into it, Jesper. DoorDash math. I saw somebody post this, how they track their mileage, which you should track your mileage with Hurdler, which the link is in the description. But this guy literally every 334.5 miles. Ending location, put the address in. Purpose of the trip, pickup.
Oh, my God.
349, 7.2 miles. Starting location. I mean, I'm not kidding you. That's fucking crazy. Why would you do that? Oh, my God. I don't know if it was true or not, but he got so much shit on the groups. It's like, I kind of felt bad for him. I'm like, man, why did you post that? Oh my God.
It's like too much time.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you tracking it because there's still dumbasses out there that I see now. Hey, I don't have my mileage and I can't get it from DoorDash. Well, you're fucked, sir.
Do you think what tax person is gonna want to see that shit anyways?
You know what I do? I figured out my mileage and I tell him the amount. That's all I do.
Right.
He doesn't look at my stuff, my spreadsheets. No,
I'm talking about, this is more if somebody comes and want to see it, review it afterwards.
Oh, like an audit or something?
Yeah.
The IRS guy's going to you're fine, asshole. Like, I'm done. Like, it's fine. Here's your credit.
I used to take the number from Uber and then I added 15%.
Really?
Oh yeah, because they never count. Uber doesn't count the in between rides.
For sure.
So
I keep track of it. Here's what I'm sorry, I've yawned twice today. I keep track of it with an app with Hurdler. So I mean, I don't even need to do that. Right. Yeah, John says Everlands. I mean, there's a ton of them out there. Hurdler offers more features in the premium, like
use Hurdler and use the link in our description.
Yes, please. Hey, we got to get paid. $10 is the highest tip. Who's going higher? I'm just saying. Steve's like, you asshole. I'm just kidding. All right. So this is interesting. I know we're running a little over, but I wanted to play this video. It's about dog safety. So we're going to play that real quick. And then it's about 90 seconds. So then we'll discuss.
In the description about this young woman coming out to get her packages after the Amazon driver goes by, sees a stray dog out. Let's listen into the audio from the cam.
I don't know why it's glitchy.
I got him. It's not mine, but no, but
What a badass bitch.
News story says that the dog was picked up by animal control a little bit later. No serious injuries. The Amazon driver has been lauded for this, and we get to think about some lessons. Good grief. If this isn't an argument to have an OC spray on your person, I don't know what is. They're $12, guys. Go either on Amazon, or I'll put a link in the description to Palm, and go get one of their canisters and keep it on you to give this dog the hot sauce and not put yourself in danger. Lesson time.
Anyways. So there's a couple of things. I love that Amazon driver just she's dealt with a bunch of dogs. You could see she was like, get out. You're
a bad dog.
You're a bad dog. I'm like, she's a badass. I love that she jumped into that. What are your thoughts about that? I know Chris Postumus, who actually shared that in the group, he's been bitten by a dog with a food delivery before. So I know he does carry spray now too, but yeah, that's a scary situation. It looks like that dog was fine, but when that other dog was there, her dog it lost its shit.
So actually, very interestingly enough, we have two dogs.
Yeah.
And Penny, our older dog, has recently, ever since we added our other dog into the mix, she goes crazy bananas when there's a third dog coming into it, but only when Waffles is there.
Interesting.
So when she's alone with the other dog, it's fine.
Huh.
But the moment Waffles gets into the mix, she goes crazy bananas. I mean,
really?
She will
aggressive?
Really aggressive.
Ooh.
She snarls.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's
how do you get a third dog in the mix? Like if you're walking them or something?
When we take them to the dog park, for instance.
Oh.
If I take both the dogs, I cannot. I
Not
cannot
anymore.
take both dogs.
Oh, wow.
She goes absolutely crazy.
That's interesting.
So I don't know why that is, but it's just one of those things. So yeah, I was trying to sit and put myself in her situation, and I think I would have done the exact same thing. I would have got down and say hi to the dog because he's a cutie and he's out. And yeah, I think she handled everything correct. She lifted up the little dog, got the little dog out of the way, and kind of. I might have kicked the other dog.
Yeah, there wasn't enough kicking involved because she was trying to block it with your hand. I'm like, no, that's the last thing you want to do is put your hand.
I might have kicked that dog if it was mine. If the little dog was mine, I might have kicked the other dog.
Yeah. Larry says no one's going to have their pepper spray on them when they go out to pick up a package. Yeah, I get that. It's more talking about the Amazon driver and as a gig worker.
I was going to say she might have had her pepper spray.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, but Reviews and How To says my flex routes in rural Oklahoma are crazy with all the free range dogs. Man, Amazon is scary because like when you're getting food delivery, people are expecting it.
Right.
People aren't expecting. I mean, they are expecting Amazon packages, but they don't ever know when they're going to come.
No.
So dogs are crazy on package delivery routes. It's sketch. I've gotten to the point where I've like driven up to as close as I could get and just chucked it and took a picture from the window. I'm not getting bit.
No.
Yeah, that was crazy about that dog. He was fine with people, but when he saw another dog, he's like, I'm getting it. So, and this last TikTok, it's to close with. It's kind of random, but we'll just play it since I have it. Okay.
Dasher thought it's a good idea to steal the tip jar from our small shop when all her info is with DoorDash.
It is true though. So she's packaging it up. There's a tip jar right there. At least she's got a bag. Whoever doesn't deliver her the bag is a savage. She's taking her sweet time.
Well, she's waiting for the other person to
walk away.
There. Yeah.
And there it goes into the bag.
Like what the?
And then she jams the food in there, upside down. What the hell? Anyways, that's terrible.
Right.
Like you're gonna get caught too. Like they know who picked that up, and how do people know that there's no cameras there?
Well, it doesn't even matter, right?
People are just stupid.
Right.
Like there's cameras everywhere. What are you doing?
Right. Exactly.
Anyways,
and why are you stealing from the store?
Right. Piece of crap. But anyways, if you want to do your mileage on a piece of paper, we'll send you a piece of paper free of charge. By the way, I was just thinking.
Or you could sign up for DDI
or Hurdler.
Yeah, or Hurdler.
I mean, we got sponsors coming out our ass, and I love every bit of it. I made Jesper do a spit take. I'm pulling that video. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
John said I still have restaurants asking me to confirm the order. Yeah, I have some that say that too, but most of them are like easy. Larry got the spit take. Yeah, that was pretty good. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all listening and tuning in tonight. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you so much, guys. Good to be back.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.